Mona versus Kujou Sara. Mona's all creamy has thick fat, which essentially gives it a resistance to fire and ice. Its Miracle Seed doesn't do much though. A creamy is more of a special attacker, but its only special attack is Hyperspace Hole. However, Meteor Mash and Ice Fang are physical, which won't be doing that much damage. It does have Substitute, which could be helpful, potentially. Mona's Rabscar has Electric Surge, which goes well with Thunderbolt, and a Key Berry, which could always be helpful if it gets hit by a physical move. It does have Thunderbolt and Dragon Pulse, which go well with its special attack. Taunt's not the greatest move for this format, and Meteor Mash, while it can raise the physical attack, won't initially be doing that much damage. Its Dodrio has Sheer Force. Its Rindo Berry won't do anything, as it resists grass, but the Sheer Force could maybe help with Aura Sphere, or potentially even with a move that it gets from Copycat. It does have Calm Mind to boost its special attack to help Aura Sphere do a bit more damage, and Beat Up will be good if it comes out first, or earlier on in the match. Mona's Wigglytuff has Victory Star, which I'm not sure is necessary for its moveset. It's not going to be taking damage from field effects due to the heavy duty boots, but it is the slowest Pokemon in this matchup, and it has Counter, which could be very deadly. It also has Nature's Madness to half the opponent's current HP. Overdrive could always do a huge chunk of damage, and String Shot can lower some speed, which might not be helpful against the counter, but overall it's probably good for the team. This double has Anger Point, Metronome. If it gets crit, it could start doing huge chunks of damage. Unfortunately, Metronome's not the greatest move for this format, as it will be swapping its moves around a lot, but if it can stick with a move after being crit, Kujou Sara can say goodbye. Mona's Masquerain has Comatose, so it's considered asleep, but it's not, and it can't be status due to it being considered asleep. Absorb Bulb could always help if it takes a water type move for any reason. It'll help with Fire Spin and Steel Beam to go with its pretty good special attack. Could dish off quite a huge chunk of damage. Rollout could stack up, and Bone Rush is okay, but its physical attack's very average. Kujou Sara's Magnezone has Guts and Grassy Seed, so if Grassy terrain goes up, it can get a defense boost, but that's unlikely. Guts will boost its physical attack, but that's not going to be helpful as its only attacking move is Sparkling Area, which is special. It could set up electric terrain itself, Magnetic Flux and Purify sometimes, but this is definitely not going to be doing that much damage. Kujou Sara's Celesteela has No Guard, Binding Band. The Binding Band's not going to do anything, but No Guard probably makes Triple Axle hit 3 times every time. The Shadow Punch and Giga Drain, last resort if all the other moves have been used. This could be a very scary moveset. This Meloetta essentially has no ability. It does have a Hardstone which boosts Rock Throw, but its physical attack isn't the greatest, and all its moves are physical. It will be able to heal though, so it might stall a bit. Nihilego has Gulp Missile, which unfortunately doesn't work with Scald, and it has Destiny Knot, which could be okay, but it's genderless, so it probably won't be being infatuated. However, it does have Trick, so it could swap this useless Destiny Knot onto a Pokemon and get a pretty good item from it, or steal an item that helps the other Pokemon at least. It does have Defend Order and Sand Attack, so it can be annoying. Very interesting, we'll see how it plays out. Kujou Sara's Forretress has Stalwart, which is a doubles ability in this single battles format, so it won't be doing anything. Silver Powder, no bug move, won't do anything. This Forretress, however, can freeze, confuse, lower speed, steal stat buffs with all 4 of its moves. So while it doesn't have the greatest stats, this could still put in a lot of work in annoying the other team. Kujou Sara's Go-Goat has Aftermath, so when it's knocked out, it'll dish out a quarter of its max HP, which is its best stat as damage onto the opposing Pokemon. So that'll do a huge chunk of damage, like 105-ish. It also has Charcoal, which goes well with Burning Jealousy, and its special attack is a lot higher than its physical attack with this stat spread, which helps with its moveset of Burning Jealousy and Leaf Tornado's attacking moves. Amnesia can raise its special attack, special defense, and Power Trick will do weird things. The top KOs in previous matches, they've both gone 2-0. Celesteela currently has 5, while Kujou Sara's Fortress has 3, and then Mona's Masquerain and Rabscar also have 3 as the top attackers. Mona has a faster team overall, but with its slower Pokemon having counter, this is a very good speed matchup for Mona against Kujou Sara. The battle has begun. Rabscar is sent in, and Fortress is sent in, sets up the electric terrain. Rabscar immediately goes for the taunt, so now the Fortress can't use status moves. Rapscale hits the Meteor Mash, gets a crit on the Go-Goat. Does have its speed lowered, takes a Burning Jealousy from the Go-Goat. Huge chunk of damage. Resists the Leaf Tornado. Gets the accuracy lowered, still adds the Dragon Pulse. Another Burning Jealousy comes in and the Rabsca is down already. The Masquerain comes in next. Has Comatose, can't get burned. Go-Goat switches out to Celesteela as the Masquerain starts a rollout. Switches into Magnezone to resist the rollout. And switches back to over to Forretress, who doesn't resist it. And then it misses on the 4th attack. Spectral Thief comes in, doesn't steal any stat buffs. Masquerain switches to Wigglytuff. Magnezone comes in, sets up Electric Terrain while taking a Nature's Madness, doing 50%. Lots of switching going around. Wigglytuff goes to Alcremie, Nihilego goes to Forretress. Forretress takes an Ice Fang, doesn't get frozen. Takes a Meteor Mash, resists that. Gets off an Icy Wind to lower Alcremie's speed, but that did no damage. Forretress confuses the Alcremie, still lands a Meteor Mash, resisted, no attack buff. Powder Snow comes in, doing 0 damage. Hyperspace Hole also resisted. Forretress switches to Nihilego to take a super effective Hyperspace Hole, as it sets up a Defend order raising both defensive stats. Nihilego gets the trick off, taking its Miracle Seed. It doesn't have any grass moves though. Takes another super effective Hyperspace Hole. This Alcremie's just dishing out hits while the opponent just switches around. Celesteela takes a bit of damage. Nihilego comes back in on the Ice Fang. Alcremie gets a crit. Sets up another Defend order. Is it going to stay in this time? Hyperspace Hole? Oh no, takes it out. Super effective. Forretress comes in, Alcremie switches out to Wigglytuff this time. Wigglytuff doesn't really take much damage, gets confused. Hits itself in confusion. Forretress whittling away at the Wigglytuff. And the Wigglytuff's also whittling away at itself. Confusion's gone. Counter doesn't work on the Powder Snow. Hits an Overdrive, but Magnezone had switched in to tank it. Decent chunk of damage. Nature's Madness halves Magnezone's remaining HP. Magnezone does win this 1v1 as counter doesn't hit Magnezone. Magnezone's speed is lowered. Now Wigglytuff is faster. Sparkling Area takes out the Wigglytuff. Masquerain comes in next. Magnezone has 0 speed and not much HP, but the Masquerain switches and the double takes the Sparkling Area. Extreme Speed doesn't kill due to the resist. Sparkling Area does even more damage. Quick Attack takes it out. Really didn't need to use priority, but it's what it has. Celesteela switches out into Meloetta on the quick attack. Dig coming in from the double now. It switches over to Meloetta. Meloetta's at 50% and hasn't really even attacked yet. Finally gets a super effective Rock Throw off, and that's Dodrio that switched in. Double comes back in on another Rock Throw. Quick attack. Meloetta heals up. And gets the Waterfall. Double's really low now. Revelation Dance doesn't do that much. Extreme Speed doing about the same, a little bit more. Rock Throw just doesn't kill, but the Arm Thrust super effective comes in, takes out the double. It's 3 to 4. Dodrio hits the beat up. There's only 3 Pokemon left, so it doesn't quite take out the Meloetta. And the Meloetta heals. Dodrio heals with the Copycat as the Arm Thrust comes in, being super effective as it had roosted. Wow. Beat up, super effective. Only hits 3 times though, not much damage. Meloetta heals again with Roost. Dodrio heals with the Copycat as the Arm Thrust comes in again, being super effective due to the lost Flying type. It goes for Copycat and gets the Arm Thrust on the Meloetta this time, neutral. Arm Thrust isn't super effective this time on the Dodrio, only hits twice, one's a crit though. It's just Arm Thrusting each other. Meloetta heals. Dodrio doesn't go for Copycat, instead goes for the beat up to dish out the damage. Yep. Make sure it's not fully healing. Arm Thrust, hurting the Doduo. Hits 4 times, that's a lot. Aura Sphere didn't do much damage at all. Copycat hitting the Arm Thrust. Doduo is making good use of this Copycat. Waterfall does a lot more damage. The copycat that turn would have probably done more damage maybe than the beater. But the waterfall finally takes out the Dodrio, and it's 4-2. All Creamy is back, Meloetta heals. Hyperspace Hole's not doing damage to that Meloetta, so it switches out into Masquerain. Meloetta heals. It lands the Rock Throw to it's 4 times super effective, takes out the Masquerain. It's just the old Creamy against the rest of Kujou Sara's team. The substitute's up. Meteor Mash is going cross. Old Creamy could hang on a bit, maybe. But it's not doing that much damage. It freezes the Meloetta. And Meloetta immediately thaws and takes out the substitute with a Rock Throw. Meteor Mash comes in. Old Creamy takes a Waterfall and flinches. Meloetta switches out to Celesteela to tank a Hyperspace Hole. And the Meteor Mash. Can this Old Creamy even take out the Celesteela? Hits 3 times thanks to the No Guard. Can't substitute, its HP is too low. Celesteela can't last resort though because it hasn't used all of its moves yet. Old Creamy could win if the Celesteela keeps spamming that, but Go-Goat comes in now. Tanks a Hyperspace Hole pretty well. Manages to live an Ice Fang. Gets up an Amnesia, not sure that's going to be much of a help at this point. Power Trick on the Go-Goat, switching its attack and defense. That actually might be boosting its attack. Meteor Mash comes in, takes out the Go-Goat, but the Aftermath kills the Old Creamy. And that's the game.